Good evening and welcome back to FM 24 Alternative World Cup Challenge. My attempt at this, which is not going so well at the moment, and as you can see right up in the top here, we're struggling to score goals suddenly, and I'm not quite sure why that is, but I'm going to try not to get too upset about it. It's mirroring my other save. And we're going to try not to get too upset tonight. Boy, was I upset last night. But hopefully we'll have some better luck today with Sunderland. We have been doing really well. We've been absolutely flying. Results have been very, very good. We had that defeat against Norwich. And then suddenly things started going downhill. From there, was very, very difficult to score goals. And I don't know what to do today. I'm kind of thinking that I should press Portsmouth. I should go at them. Good evening, Saul. How are you doing, my friend? I'm kind of thinking we should press them. We should play high up the pitch. But I'm actually going to play with a mid-block, I think, thinking about it, and not counter-press. I think that if they're going to sit deep and then just play direct, it might be the most sensible thing. We can always up the tempo, up the energy as we go on later on. I do want to zip the ball around, though, if we can, and I don't want to waste time. I want to get on with it, and it's a kind of rotated team. We've got Chris Meffam back. We've got Samed back from injury. And the rest of it is kind of rotated. I'm going to give Job Bellingham a try up top to see if he can score, and we'll take it from there. So let's go to this game, and I'm going to do my own opposition instructions today. Now this time he wants me to play attacking football, and he keeps saying this focus play down the right, and I'm not quite sure why. I haven't tried it yet, but he usually has a reason for saying it. Patrick Roberts is rested today. He's on the bench. He needs a rest, and perhaps we'll play him in the next game. Yeah, absolutely. So they've come from nowhere because we've been so poor. But let's hope that we're going to recover. I'm struggling to work out. That's because I've been doing the Aston Villa save. The sound tends to carry over from one save to another now, which it didn't used to do. Matt Ritchie always marked tightly. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Portsmouth are not a great football team. They're in 19th. Where is Matt Ritchie? I don't like tight marking wingers. But what we can do is put him on his right foot. He does want to play as a winger. We'll put him on his right foot to bring him inside and hard tackle him for now. I really don't want to do any more than that with him. And the other wing, we will do the same. I don't want them playing as wingers. Although he's got a very strong right foot, so he might be playing as an inside forward today. So I'm just going to put him on his weak foot, his left foot, send him outside, and we will hard tackle him as well. I think that's probably put him onto his left foot to send him outside. His crossing's only 10, so we should be quite safe to do that. Who's going to feed them? Possibly Lowry, and possibly for now I'm just going to close both of those down. Sometimes it's useful to turn them onto their opposite foot, but we'll just go for left foot here. And we'll go for a hard tackle here. He's quite brave, though. I think we'll leave him alone. And then the fullback's left foot for this one. And we'll do right foot for this one. Bring them inside. Bring them all inside apart from Silvera. So what that means is when I go back to my tactic, what I'm going to have to do is make sure he's closing down less, because he's the one I'm bringing inside, isn't it? So Silvera, I want him to go outside onto his left foot. Yeah, so we want to just shadow him, so he wants to be closing down less. And then on this side, we want to be closing down a little bit more because we're bringing him into the edge of the penalty area. And I think that's it, really. Let's go back to the dressing room. I'm struggling on this match lab 4-1. Yeah, 1-4. I'm struggling because I can't score goals suddenly. And there's been so many games. I mean, somebody on the Discord last night, well, he scored 2 against Arsenal, but when you count them up over 8 games, I've only scored 3. So it's and we were scoring goals before that, and I'm not quite sure what's going on, Saul. But we'll persevere. We'll keep going. We are favourites for a reason, and I'm expecting today. Normally, I will say I've got faith in you, but today I'm expecting something from these boys. We've been pretty awful, and that's why I've decided to give Bellingham his shot up front. I don't think it's going to make much difference. He's not much better than Connolly, but it's not just him. It's everybody in the team who are just trying shots from about 35 yards, and it's very strange. Not obeying the instructions. I really should have a standard line. You can see what they're trying to do. You can see that cross was terrible. His crossing isn't great. But I really should have a standard line. But because we are forcing one of them inside, I will keep the line high. We have to, we can't surrender to Portsmouth at the beginning of this game. But I am wary that our form is getting pretty poor, and we need to be doing better, and we just cannot get the ball at the moment. And they're in, and they've got a chance and almost scored. And that makes me wonder if I should have the standard line. Really does make me wonder. Because they're getting in behind my defence, basically. And that's not a good thing. We need to settle down, boys. We need to just settle down. Injuries are normal in context, but they're low compared to real life vanilla, and goals are up. Goals are up. They're not up for me. That's quite interesting. The last one, I was scoring tons of goals, and in tweak 1-2, I couldn't see any difference between the vanilla in terms of scoring, and he's offside. It's a good goal, but he's offside. And I couldn't see any difference between the vanilla and the Match Lab one in terms of how many goals you were scoring. It's just that I've installed this one, and immediately in both of my saves, and incidentally in the Villa save, we stopped scoring goals. And I'm wondering what's going on. It's not just this one, it's across all 3 saves that I'm doing. And notice that we got off, in the Villa save, we got off to a 5-0 start. We haven't scored many goals since then. And it's just become very, very interesting for me. I did play today on that. I won't give anything away. But we played better. We didn't score very often. And it made the match very, very difficult. And they are just like knocking this ball over the top, and I'm going to get caught out in a minute. So I have to drop the line. And I might actually push up and try to play the game in their half. I think I'm going to also slow the passing down, because I don't think we can cope with that, zipping it around. I think we're a bit all over the place. And they don't like one-touch football. They're not good enough, basically. And Portsmouth have been the better side so far, so I'm going to slow it down. Get control of the ball, because we haven't had any of the ball. And this is about not creating chances now. I'm just wondering why all 3 of my saves have dived at the same time. I just don't understand this at all. I put out a theory a while back that it was something to do with your manager profile. That because you use your manager profile constantly, when you load up a new save, you never change your profile. You just say use current profile. And I think it keeps a record. My theory is that profile keeps a record of the things that you've done. So the more games you play, the more success you have, the more seasons you play, the more trophies you win, the harder it makes the game. And I'm going to test this one of these days by putting in a brand new manager profile and call him Mr. Anonymous. And see if that goes back to the days when early on in FM24 found it very, very easy. Once I'd worked the lines out, it was very, very easy. But every save I do now is extremely difficult and is getting harder and harder. I mean, for example, in the Villa save today, I had the transfer window. It's the first season. The game is usually kind to you in the transfer window in your first season. And I had to... The board decided, this is really weird, the board decided to sell my best central defender 2 days before the deadline day. Total shock to me. They decided they wanted the money and they sold my best central defender, Consa. So I had to find a central defender. The only problem is I couldn't really find one. I searched and searched. In the meantime, I had my eye on bringing in 2 other players, one on loan. And as deadline day approached, just before deadline day, my director of football suggested a loan for a central defender who looked decent. So I gave the director of football the go-ahead to do that. And he came back to me just before deadline day and said he couldn't reach terms with him. So I took over the negotiations and did it and reached an agreement without any bother whatsoever. And he was due to come in on deadline day then. So deadline day got off to a good start. So this was like a day and a half before the end of the deadline day. So I'm now happy. I've got a replacement defender, got a replacement central defender, and the other 2, I made bids for them early on deadline day morning, and everything went well with that. And if I get another 0-0 draw here, I'm going to cry. And everything went well with those transfers. Within 5 hours after me making the bids, they were over the line, everything sorted out, all the paperwork done, and they signed for us. I'm still short of my central defender, so I'm waiting for this guy who's agreed. Everything has been agreed about a day and a half before the end of deadline day. So I'm just sitting there waiting. Well, at the end of the deadline day, he didn't sign. The transfer was cancelled, and the reason given was that there wasn't enough time to complete the necessary paperwork. Well, if there wasn't enough time, if a day and a half wasn't enough time, how come my paperwork on the transfers that I brought in, how come they were done in 5 hours? And so the game is playing real hardball here. It's like having ha-ha moments. Ha-ha, we found you a central defender, and ha-ha, you're not going to be allowed to bring him in. And the game's really messing with me at the moment, and this is a first season save, and the game is, if you open up a brand new version and you enter all your details, the game is never that hard on you in your first transfer window. And my theory is it's using your profile, and we're now a year and a half into this game. It's built up so much information that it's thinking this man is extremely experienced. He's won like 45 trophies, which we did in the first year. And it's using that knowledge to set a level for you. And that's why the game's playing hardball. I'm far from pleased, basically. Far from pleased. And I've got so many players who are just playing badly, and I just cannot understand why. Look disheartened. Oh, God. So let's try and pick him up then. Let's go to individuals instead and try and pick him up a little bit here. Need you to step up. Still disheartened. Well, you can go back to your parent club in the transfer window if you're going to get disheartened. But mind you, I can't talk because I got very disheartened last night. I really just did not want to play anymore last night. And I wonder, is my theory correct? Is my theory correct that it's using the manager profile? And I'm guessing if you actually have a new manager, different attributes, then it'll fool the computer into think there's somebody else playing who's just started, and then you'll suddenly find season 1, season 2 are quite comfortable again. And that's what I think is happening. Because I'm opening up new saves with 40 seasons under my belt and 40 odd trophies. And so it's setting a level based on that. So I need to test that. We'll start and do a new save. The only problem I've got now is Aston Villa's taking up pretty much all my time. It's the only save I'm actually enjoying at the moment. But even they now are finding it very, very difficult to score goals. And it's like really, really difficult. And this is not going very well, and we don't even look anywhere near like scoring a goal. We ran tests on the 2040 on the last patch. Goals were up. Well, I won 30 of 30 trophies in my journeyman save in 10 seasons. Finally, somebody's got a goal. Yeah, 30 trophies we won in that 10 seasons in the journeyman save. So not so difficult then to get another 15 on top of that. So I think the game is basing it on your previous manager's experience. So if you load up your old profile, it's going to say, Jesus, 45 trophies. That means that we have to put him on level 255. And that's why it did that ha-ha moment in the transfer window with Villa. That was a horrid thing to do. It's not even like I found the player. The game suggested the player, or you could call it the director of football, but that's the game suggesting me the player. And then took a day and a half to do the paperwork and couldn't complete it, and then went, ha-ha. And the game is just being extremely vicious and nasty at the moment. It's going to make it part of the season quite interesting because we'll have a Sunderland Newcastle derby to look forward to. I'm very much a neutral, and I will look forward to that game. As I'm sure it will be on TV. It's going to be a very big occasion. And I will look forward to that, no doubt. So I think that like this year and last year, teams coming up are going to have real problems. It's very difficult for teams being promoted at the moment. Oh, what a chance. But he's offside. So I don't think that there's much chance of survival, but it's you know, that's what getting promoted to the Prem is all about, I suppose. Survival. Your first season is just can we stay there? Benete wasn't a good choice on my part. So Patrick Roberts needs to come on now and try and end this nightmare. These two were the wrong way round. I don't know how that happened. And Sirkin is not performing particularly well. So Huggins can come on this side. And we'll keep going with that. I can't see that anybody's overtired. They're not exactly running around at the moment. But we've created very little, but at least we've scored a goal. And a 1-0 win is like gold dust for me at the moment. But we haven't won this yet. But well done, Huggins. And who's got injured? It's a Portsmouth player. It was Callum. It was a really good game. I didn't see the game, but I saw the highlights. And the ending was amazing because they were losing that game. Even despite the score being 1-0, I thought Sheffield United were, looking at the highlights, they were the better team. So the comeback was just brilliant, and the last goal was lovely. It really was a good goal. It looked like a soft goal, but it was so well placed the goalkeeper couldn't get anywhere near it. It wasn't a soft goal. It was a very, very good goal. Nobody at the back post. Come on, boys. northeast person myself, so for me, Newcastle, Sunderland, Derby, I've been begging for. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great big occasion, Callum, to be honest, isn't it? Everybody's going to look forward to that, even the neutrals like me. Big derbies like that are something to be treasured. I mean, the Manchester derby is gone downhill of late. It used to be something really to be looked forward to. So hopefully that one day will come back. Arsenal Spurs is another one that just people are interested in. Even the neutrals are interested in that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I thought at the end of the day, the goal I think was good enough. The last goal was good enough to say, yeah, fair enough. That should win it. I'm going to bring Connolly on because Bellingham has not done the job up there. And I'm just looking for tiredness now. I think I still have a couple of... Do I still have a couple of subs I can make? Did I bring 2 on in the first time? I think I did, didn't I? Benete came off and Sirkin came off at the same time. So I think we're okay. We can still make another couple in the last few minutes. But it is not going in for us. And this Sunderland team was a team that was scoring a lot of goals early on. It's just simply stopped. Like I said, I'd accept 1-0. But it's not over yet. We could still lose this. I'm going to go back to a balanced style of play. And I'm going to look for tired players. Going to go and check Portsmouth's instructions. Let's close him down as well. But I think he needs a hard tackle as well, doesn't he? A hard tackle, left foot, and close him down. And then same for this geezer. We want to turn him inside if possible, onto his left foot. And another one of these. DMs that are not strong and not very brave. That's unusual. Right foot and hard tackle. And probably a hard tackle as well. And I really need to do something now, don't I? Because there's only 7 minutes left. Need to get some boys on the pitch. We've got Patrick Roberts, who's just come on, who's on a 6.5. I don't really have anybody who's extremely tired. But probably we can give O'Neill a game. Just pop him in there somewhere. Can play as the deep line playmaker as well. Why not? And... just one more to rest and try somebody out. Louis Barry can come on for Isidore. And that's it. Hopefully we can hold on to this. But I don't feel very optimistic. 1-0 is all we're likely to get these days. But I'll take that because it's 3 points and it will move us back into second. But more importantly, it'll help us to get into winning ways. I think it was the line adjustment and the fact that we slowed the passing down that gave us the edge in this game. I don't think this team can pass. So slowing it down helped them. And I think pushing up and playing the game a little bit more in their half actually helped as well. But now suddenly I've got loads of tired players. So should have waited a few minutes. But this is not over yet. FM famous for late goals. But if you just do what you should be doing and get that boy out onto the flanks, if you get the other one inside, then pretty much it will be job done. They've gone with 2 up front, have they? Which means they have less at the back. So there's a chance to counter. If you take a look, you just have a quick look. Too late. All right, we need to really start time wasting now. We don't need to distribute it quickly. I think that's probably it. Be more disciplined. Just try and keep possession. Just hang on to the ball. I did say this team couldn't pass. Oh, boy. You're not supposed to be closing him down. You've just broken the golden rule. Can do what he likes out there, but you do not close him down. This one you do. Ah, oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. No way. This one closed him down. This one didn't do his job out this side. I think he's possibly going to be a very good player, to be honest, Stephen. In FM and both in real life. I just don't know what to say about FM at the moment. This is happening across all my saves. Every single one of them. And I really do not know what the hell is going on. And of course they were going to equalise because we only scored 1. They might even win it. Of course they were going to score. Well, we're not going to get a second, that's for sure. We haven't got a clue how to score. I don't know how we managed the first one. I'm just finding it very, very strange, very frustrating, very upsetting, because all 3 saves are following exactly the same thing. And you'd think there'd be a difference between your saves. But I guess the FM gods don't think somebody's doing 3 different saves at the same time. They just think somebody's doing 1 save. I have no words. I think that's probably what I'd say in the dressing room. I have no words. No words. Figure it out for yourself. Unremarkable record in the league. Made a steady start. I disagree. I absolutely disagree with that email. If we look at the league table, we are in 3rd. And if we go to the season preview, how did we get to 3rd? We were in 8th. So the signings I've made must have bumped us up to 3rd. I don't understand this. But this is relegation form, not promotion form. I have no explanation for this. Absolutely no explanation. I'm going to go into key highlights now because I've had enough. And I'm just going to let the game do its thing. Whatever it wants to do, it can do. Because I have no explanation for this. We were flying. Absolutely flying. And this is exactly the point, exactly the same time that all 2 other saves decided to go in the same direction. I've no words. And the other thing about FM Tweak is I might go back to version 2 just to see what happens if I reinstall version 2. I've still got version 2 on the PC. So next time I'll just go in and reinstall version 2 and see if there's a difference. What I should do in all the saves is go on holiday for a month. Because when I come back, it'll all be better. And I've tested that, and that definitely works. If you're in trouble, just go on holiday for a month, and when you come back, everything is fine. It's just really weird as well. But try to get through it yourself. You've got no chance. So it's either to do with this new FM tweak, because it's going across all saves, or it is to do with the manager profile and the game adjusting because of the manager profile and saying, hey, you've been playing a long time, you've got to start at level 155. It's the only thing I can actually think it might be. I'm not going to cast any blame to FM Tweak, not until I've put 2 back in and see if it makes a difference. How do you think Birmingham City will go on next season? It's a good question. I don't really follow the Championship very, very much. I've got a soft spot for Birmingham, so I hope they do well. So I'm going to pop this into key highlights. I really have no effect on what's going on, so we might as well just let the game do what it's going to do for a while. And if it does ever recover, then we'll go back and take control again. So we'll go to key highlights. But I'm really, really struggling to understand this. Really struggling to understand. And what's worse is because I'm streaming, it's making me look like a complete buffoon. And that, last night I was thinking, I've got to quit because very soon people are going to start shouting at me, you've got no idea how to play the game. And I just thought, before that happens, I've got to get out. And the only success really I'm having at the moment is the Villa save, but it's limited success because even the goals are drying up there. I just don't know what to do except to uninstall FM and reinstall it all again, and then the game thinks that I'm a brand new starter. I mean, this is a rubbish team as well, but so are we. Hey Spike, how are you doing? Just about to start my first Moneyball save. I've simulated a year. Ready for... Cool. Moneyball saves I don't do very often. I just don't do them very often. I'm not going to interfere with this. I'm just going to set the lines as they should be. This is a system I know works. It's a system that got me the 30 trophies in 10 seasons in the Journeyman. It works. And why change it? I'm going to just let the computer do this now. Whatever it wants to do. I am going to check the bench, because the game usually screws up your bench. I guess put 3 strikers on, has it? So I got Huggins, but I don't have a defender left. That's what it's left out. So we'll bring on Anderson for... If he's going to have a rest, he might as well have a rest. And then we've got Mepham, 2 fullbacks. I don't need 3 central defenders on the bench. So let's bring him back onto the bench. Bar Royson, so that means we've got 2 strikers. We don't need 2 strikers. Where's my other midfielder gone? I don't know why he wants to do that. I'm not quite sure why he wants to do that at all. I'm just going to play him as a ball winner. Surely better to play Neil, but I'm not going to interfere with what he wants. So I've just got 1 too many. Where's my other midfielder? There he is. No, that's not him. What happened to him then? O'Neill. Where is O'Neill? He's gone walkabout. O'Neill has gone walkabout. Oh, he's playing him at the back. That's why. So we'll bring on Chris Rigg onto the bench instead of Royson. But we do need 1 striker. Bellingham is the striker, isn't he? So we'll do that. Keep him half happy. We'll change his bench. Isidore up front. Yeah, it's a thought. His off the ball isn't very clever and his composure isn't very clever. But it's a thought, definitely a thought. But I want to play Connolly now again. I want to play them all as advanced forwards. Everybody fancies their chances against us at the moment. I just really don't know what's going on. That's why I just don't really have much interest in what's going on at the moment. It's just done me in. And once again, it's had a ha-ha moment. It's, I don't know what it's doing. I really don't know what it's doing. It's just laughing at me. The game is actually just enjoying itself, laughing at me. And, well, shoot on sight. We've tried work the ball at the box. We've tried shoot on sight. We've tried none of them. We've tried hit early crosses. It just doesn't seem to work. We'll try shoot on sight if you like this time. I really don't think we can play with a higher tempo. And it would help the shoot on sight, actually. If we were playing at a higher tempo, they'd just be rasping shots from everywhere. Because there would be a tempo about it. So let's try it. Let's try it. I mean, it's his call. I mean, he can't do it any worse than the manager, so it's his call. I was just seeing 2 goals in 16 for him up the wing. I mean, Connolly isn't a great striker. Bellingham isn't either. The only other option I've got is Meander, but he doesn't look good enough. Connolly was scoring goals earlier on. Bellingham scored goals earlier on. The midfield was scoring goals and the wingers. Patrick Roberts was banging them in. We were scoring goals. And now we can't. Couldn't hit a barn door. And now he's gone down a star. But let's play him as a pressing forward if he wants to play as a pressing forward. And again, I'm just going to leave this to the assistant. You do what you like. And I'm just going to sit in the stands and see how you get on. Make some substitutions from the stands and we'll see how you get on. I know this probably won't work. You have to go on holiday. I mean, I did when I was testing it, I did a number of things. And one of the things was if you turn up at the match, turn up, give the team talk, and then go to the pub. What happens then? So basically you're hitting instant result. That didn't have any effect on your bad run. The only thing that helped your bad run was going on holiday for, it was about 4 or 5 games. I found that if you go on holiday for 4 or 5 games, everything is okay when you come back. Nothing else that I tested and tried helped to end the bad run. Interesting. So really what I should do is just go on holiday till Christmas in all the saves. And everything will be fine when I come back. But if we don't win this one, we're going to lose sight of Burnley, probably Derby. We're in the playoffs. We're never going to win the playoffs with this team. Not in head-to-heads. We're just not capable of doing it. And so that will be it. Save over. Because if you don't get promoted, you can't go on. But again, we created 3 chances. This team was creating tons of chances only a couple of weeks ago. He's not doing much better than me, is he? Everybody fancies their chances against us. This is save over. We lose this, it's save over. But we're just going to go through the games. Whatever. I've totally lost interest. Totally. In all my saves. I don't know what is going on, but if that's their idea, SI's idea, to make it so bad that you lose interest in the game, they are succeeding. They are absolutely succeeding. And I don't really want to turn the computer on in the morning anymore. I'd prefer to go out for a walk. And that's quite sad. That's really quite sad what the game has just over the last two weeks done to me. And it's not just in one save, it's across all of them. If you saw the Ipswich debacle last night, where I completely lost it, I was actually depressed at the end of the evening. And that's not good for me. Now, we're not having a goal. He's offside. Surely. I'd have given him offside there. So, I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, the Villa save is still okay. And maybe that's okay because, like, I only play one game every day. So I am in that data hub, and I don't leave that data hub until I have some idea of how to set up for them. Maybe that's the level of difficulty that it set me, and just not paying attention and not doing too much within the game is not going to help me. Giving away a penalty now, have we? Yep. Oh, jeez. Yep. Of course, well, there's no way we're going to score 2 goals. No chance. Frustrated, anxious, frustrated. They've had it. They've had it. Connolly 6.5 again. Okay, I'm going to see if Isidore works better up front. Barr hasn't played in a while. It's a wing backs. Hume is supposed to be a very, very good player. I can't believe this. 6.2 for Sirkin. He's on a 6.5 as well, isn't he? I'm going to go give Bellingham a shot at that. Patrick Roberts is doing okay, is he? Just. So we'll just leave that for now. There's no way in a game we're going to score 2 goals. No chance. That's what we're capable of, nothing. FM. You're having these ha-ha moments, aren't you? How come we won? How come we won like 9 games on the trot? We couldn't beat the kids in the park that play nearby me at the moment. Not a chance. Go on, make it 3. Show us how to score goals. System, we are unlucky to be behind. No, we're not. No, we're not. 3, there you go. Ah, boy. We're not unlucky to be behind. This is contrived, and it's happening across all 3 saves. It's not just this save. It's every save that I'm doing. Something is going on, and I'm convinced it's to do with the profile. And the thing is, I have to stop doing this because it's just making me look like I don't know anything about the game. So I have to stop doing it. I'm really not sure why it's doing it. I have to try going back to FM Tweak 2 next time. Because everything I did before was working. Everything I did after is not working. And this save is over now. This is pretty much over. I think we should probably just resign now before it gets too embarrassing. And just accept my points total in the alternative World Cup was 0. You're going to give me a consolation now, FMI? Is that what you're going to do? No. I did say the chances of scoring more than 1 were negligible. Not a chance. Oh, is it 10:30 yet so I can stop? Yep. Absolutely brilliant. I'm going to tell him I'm really happy with that result. We should have lost 8-0. I'm really happy with you. You scored a goal. And how many points behind now are we? 7 points behind, 4 points behind second. It's all over. The save is over. Nothing I can do, I suppose. Let's just move to the next one. I think we should talk about something else while we're doing this, because there's no point in talking about FM. I think we should just try and talk about something else. I've never seen anything like this in all my born days. And I don't know what's going on. I don't want to do... Oh, that's quite interesting. I don't want to do any of my saves. I wake up in the morning and I think, oh God, I've got to play FM. I don't want to. The game has made me feel like that. Oh, you want to leave, do you? Oh, if you want to go, go. But we need more money. Nah, we want more than that. It's a bit high. Well, let's say 6.5 then. Oh, God. Here's my final offer. Okay? I'll make it 10 then. So he's willing to accept 6, but not 6.25. How stupid is that? Oh, I'm not doing this, am I? So all I need to do is find out how they play. So the lines should be standard. Stoke. Oh, easy win for Stoke. I'm going to pick the team this time, though. Because that team he picked last time was absolute rubbish. Roberts, Isidore. We'll try Isidore up top. And then I have to find a left winger now who's got some chance of playing football. There's not many left wingers here. What's this guy? He's a striker, not a left winger, really. Not up to much. Yeah, let's put Benete on there. And Huggins can come in on that side if Sirkin's off. And Mepham comes back into the side. Supposed to be a good, well, a decent defence. Supposed to be. It's leaky as hell. Actually, I'm going to play Louis Barry. He's on loan. He's got to play some games. Winger on attack isn't working. So I'm going to play him as inside forward on attack. It's been coming inside, basically. We'll try Isidore up there. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. The rest of it looks okay. I'm going to try Bellingham as the attacking mid. I can make a playmaker. Why not? Yeah, so do I. I don't know if you've been looking at my Aston Villa save with the data hub, and I spend a day minimum. I am recording, of course, so that doesn't help. But each game from looking at the data to end of game, end of recording, takes 2 days. So that's how much I spend. In the Aston Villa save, I haven't played the same. I've played 4 games now. I haven't played the same system in any of the games. Everything has been altered to suit the opposition. But can you imagine me sitting here for 4 hours just looking at stats? Would you still be hanging around? YouTube's a different animal. The Aston Villa save has been great for me because that's how I used to play Football Manager. I play 1 game a day. At times, I would sometimes be able to play 2 games a day. But I put a lot of effort into the data hub, the chalkboard. I know every single person, every single player on the opposition team. I'd know as well as my own team. That's how I play the game. Even with this Villa save, I can't do it to that depth. But I am spending a good 4 or 5 hours in the data hub looking for things, looking for weaknesses, looking at where they are on the pitch. I use that movement screen which I showed at the beginning of the first one. I know where players are going to move from, where they're going to move from, where they're going to move to. So the amount of detail that I used to go into. But this, I don't know what is wrong with this. I was doing fine. In all 3 saves, I was doing just fine. I really don't know what is wrong with this. See, now you want to go back to work the ball in the box. It didn't work, did it? It was absolutely fine. We'd won about 9 games on the trot, and now whatever is whatever. It's completely destroyed me. And it's not just this save. It's exactly the same time it's happened in all 3 saves. And that should not happen. It should not happen. Each save should be different. So why is it happening? And if you watched last night, you'd have seen I was on the point of just chucking it in. Because the game's just ha ha, ha ha. And some of the stuff, the stunts that it pulled last night, missing penalties. We scored a late equaliser with just like a minute to go, only to lose the game in the next minute. Then we missed a penalty against Liverpool, hit the bar against Liverpool before they even got into the game. It's pulling some odd stunts. The Aston Villa stunt that it pulled in the transfer window is a horrific thing to do. I wouldn't do that to my best friend. It's just weird. It's just weird, and there's no reason for it. And it wouldn't be so bad if it was one of the 3. But when it's doing it in all 3 saves, something is not right. And there we are, hit the post again. We just can't score goals. Just unbelievable this is, and that's why I've completely, here's a goal. I've completely lost interest in Football Manager. Not just my save, but in playing the game completely. The only one I'm hanging on to is Aston Villa. Because as I say, I am going in depth into that one. I mean, you get like a 10-minute explanation of how much depth I go into. in the analysis. That takes me about 4 hours to come up with that 10 minutes for you. And the results are showing the research, but the goals are drying up. With each game, it's getting worse and worse. So even that save is going down the same road. Oh, where's Bellingham playing? Attacking mid. Oh, this isn't over yet. So that's our goal. When are they going to get theirs? Maybe because I picked the team this time. We've not been the better side. We've only had one shot, actually, and that wasn't on target, apparently. Oh, that's Stoke, isn't it? That's the colours we played last game. Shooting is still not very good. I mean, we've had 80% of the possession. I'd expect to win 1-0 in this one. Open goals. Just hang on, boys. You've got your goal. Hang on. Just hang on in there. You could get a 3-pointer here. I don't think you're going to score any. I wouldn't hope that you're going to score any more. That was a penalty as well. How come opposition are getting penalties and we're not? Well, we did get one against Liverpool last night, but then we missed that. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Shooting is terrible. I mean, this team isn't... I mean, I don't know about... I don't know about what this has done to decision making. I mean, I've been through all the teams. This team's decision making is about average for the league. It's not bottom of the league in terms of decision making. Aston Villa are very high in decision making, so it doesn't explain what's going on there. And Ipswich are kind of like mid-table for decision making, so that should not be happening there if it's just about decision making. I'm going to say I'm pleased because they need to pick me up. Let's go and make sure the opposition instructions are up to date. What does he want? Not sure about tight marking wingers, but he seems to like it. Next main goalkeeper is either Jean Garcia or Jean. Who goalkeeper for who, James? For Newcastle. Are they losing Pope? Do they want to lose Pope? How many shots have we had? 18. We've got one goal. I mean, nobody's had a key pass even for Stoke. Surely we can hold on to this. But I wouldn't bet on it. Mepham playing like a moped. Isidore has not worked, to be fair. We did try him, but he's not worked. Let's try him as a pressing forward as well. And Patrick Roberts he's awful at the moment. Absolutely awful. Louis Barry hasn't been much better. But I need to hold on to subs because this boy's getting tired. And I don't know who's going to get the most tired the quickest. 23 shots and we're only winning 1-0. Who's gone? Hume has gone. Hume and Ballard. And Samed. Do I want to be bringing on a centre-back? Probably. If I had one. Hume has gone, so Huggins will have to come across. Sirkin will come on here. And Samed has gone, which is a bit of bad luck. I can put Rig, but we'll switch those over. Oh, we're not going to go into balanced or anything insane again. But I'm still not convinced we're winning this. I'm still convinced that they will get a draw. 24 shots, 1-0. Like 1-0 is, if you're 1-0 with 84 minutes gone, you are in trouble. Because somebody will give the ball away like that. Luckily, they didn't get behind. What is the tempo we're playing with in this game? I think it's slightly lower, isn't it? No, it's a higher tempo. So, okay, we'll stay with the higher tempo for a while then. But I think that the higher tempo they can't cope with. That's why they're like shooting all over the place. Go on, 3 points. Oh, no, not yet. You are kidding me. Look at the stats. You are kidding me. It was probably my fault bringing on a central defender. I have never, ever seen anything like this. Never. We're going to be in a relegation battle before long, not thinking about the playoffs, and now we're dropping down the table now. This save is over. It's over now. There's no way we are coming back. I'm not praising anybody after that nonsense. There's no way we are coming back after this. No way. There's a week, so they don't need a rest. I did say, like, 1-0, we were not going to score any more. I knew the opposition were going to score. Emergency meeting. What for? for the recent bad form. The meeting is optional. Well, let's go to this emergency meeting. We're holding this meeting to discuss where we should focus. Okay. I'm not allowed to take part in this. That's it. Is that it? That's the emergency meeting. Oh no, there's more. Discuss what? There's nothing to discuss there. That's it. That was the emergency meeting. I'm so happy I went to that. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. So, who are we going to lose against now? I think it's Hull, isn't it? And please don't tell me, oh, it's time to change the tactic. Somebody's going to say that in a minute. We've only been playing with it for 20 games. So it's not time to change the tactic. We couldn't lose until a couple of weeks ago. Everything I did worked. Everything I did was right. I'm only doing the same things. Oh, 19th. They must be wringing their hands. Oh, we've got Sunderland next. Happy. They've got happy songs in the training camp. They're wringing their hands. Yep, that's good. Whatever you want. That's got to be a high line. It's just the 19th and 20th coming up. I would have said we need a DM, not an AM. Because I've run out of DMs now, haven't I? With 2 of them injured. Samet should come here. Not there, you donkey. And where's O'Neill gone? He's got to come back into midfield, I'm afraid. I'm not playing an anchor. Not support, put him on defend. I don't think it matters very much. Let's play the form players. Bernadette. Let's see if we play the form players, that'll help. Bellingham, nah. Let's make him playmaker as well. And Isidore's been a joke up front. It was a good suggestion though, has to be said. But then everybody is a joke up front. So, probably was a really good suggestion. It's just that nothing's going to work at the moment. Is he right or left-sided? No side preference. I think he's right. Yeah. And he can come on the bench. So then we have Sirkin, Anderson is left. Where's my other right? They're both playing, are they? Well, we don't want that. Who's the form? Huggins is, but Hume is also. So, yeah, we do want that because he's the player in form. And Al-Shai's, but the two centre-backs. Defence is playing all right. Dan Neil is injured for a while. Problem is we can't score more than one goal. How many goals each game have we got this episode? 1-1-1. Can't score more than one. That's better than last episode when we were getting 0, I suppose. Fair enough. It was a good idea to bring him onto the bench. But I have another one. Somebody actually made a suggestion in the comments for the Ipswich save, which was to play 3 at the back. The only problem with that is I've only got 3 defenders. That's the only problem with that one. If I start playing 3 at the back and one of those defenders gets injured, then we're screwed up again. I think I've only got 2 wing backs as well, and that is asking for trouble. I might just slip in the old 4-1-2-2-1, get them all playing in that. That never fails, that tactic. And if that fails, oh, shut up. I don't think I've been training that well. Got a 9.1. Or did I criticise him? Doesn't matter. I mean, I think I might do that. If we don't win this game, I'm going to just load up the 4-1-2-2-1, the best tactic that I've ever come up with. And if that fails, then it's nothing to do with the players. It's nothing then to do with the tactic. Something odd is happening. Yeah, like I really want to go attacking. But we can go into a low block. That's no problem. No problem. But I don't think attacking is the best way to play in a low block. Team's okay. Bench is okay. We can go and... Oh, he doesn't like it. The dressing room's unhappy with the team selection. I think the team selection is pretty good. These are the form players. These lot are not playing at all. Just want to check this. It's a bit strange playing a low block, but what I found lately is the low block doesn't work very well. And I'm not quite sure why that is as well, because earlier in FM24 it worked a treat. So I try to avoid the low block and play with a mid block these days. Right, let's see what happens here then. I reckon 2-0 to Hull. There is no way out of this now. I don't mind if the save is over. There's no way out. Bit different to the last game. The low block will do that because we're not going to create as many chances. We've had like 20, 35 now. Possession's getting a bit better. They don't like that high tempo passing stuff. Now we're being absolutely hammered here in terms of possession. They just don't like it. Well, it's a shot. I like it when they take a shot. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, despite not having the ball, we're pretty much dominating the game. Which actually doesn't mean anything. See, another one like way over the crossbar. It wasn't even close. Can't take set pieces. We're rubbish at set pieces. I don't think this episode we've seen us win one set piece in the box, have we? I'll have to set that. I am allowed to set that, but I'm not allowed to download. So I might set that to short corners. I think we've won one header in the box this episode. Attack. I'm allowed to set it here. Short. Let's do short corners. Can't be any worse. That's the thing. Check the opposition. I hope you know what you're doing. And looks pretty bad. Well, if I tell them we need more possession in the second half, I'm going to have to lower the tempo. And then they might get a little bit more possession. And slow it down a little bit. They might. But that will also reduce the chances of breaking the lines and getting into the box. So we'll create less chances. But what is going on here? Are you going to score, Hull? I did say 2-0 to Hull, didn't I? Hang on, they're slowing it down even more than we are. Oh. Now they're hitting the bar. This is like 35%, but we've got a 91, but they've got 94% possession. They are really passing it well. Wonder if we should be putting them under more pressure, try and get them make mistakes. I'm going to try that because sometimes it's just something as silly as this that might make the difference. They 94% pass completion in the championship is insane, and maybe we should be putting them under a bit of pressure, get them to make a few mistakes. What is wrong with my bloody wing backs as well? They never play well. Both of them are dropping in their ratings. Don't think I've had one yet who's had a really good game. Hume had a good game once. I don't want to bring Anderson on. Let's bring Huggins over here. Put Sirkin on. He's going to get tired though. Samed might as well give up on him. I'm going to try Joe Bellingham again in that position. Yeah, I'm willing to have a look at that. Let's do that. I mean, let's face it. I am probably the world's worst manager, so anything you can suggest, I'm quite happy to listen to. I don't have another DM I can bring on. It's not. He's wrong about us wanting an AM. We need a DM. Like, he's not good enough, is he? Well, he's got to come on. Okay. That's what we were playing him, though. And that's when we couldn't score any goals at all. He was on an attacking mid, and then this session I've just changed him to an advanced playmaker, and at least we've scored 3 goals. But I'm prepared to go back. No problem. And who's that on a 6.3? Patrick Roberts again. He was a waste of space. He was brilliant not so long ago. He was absolutely brilliant not so long ago. He was a 4-star. Look at him now. He's not even a 2.5 star. It's just like completely gone to pot. Okay, so Spike, I've taken your suggestions. Let's hope they work. You think that it's going to help us score goals? I'm sorry to inform you. We don't score goals. Sunderland don't, Ipswich don't, and Villa don't. We don't score goals. All 3 saves. I'm really considering uninstalling FM and reinstalling it again from scratch. Because I think it's the profile. It's the manager profile. And every time I start a new save, it's like I never get a first season save. I get like a 10th season save. Oh, nearly got one, but not quite. It's the manager experience it's going on. And not just across your current save, it's going across all the saves that you've done. I'm absolutely convinced now. Oh, look, we've murdered them again. So why is the score 0? We've absolutely murdered them again. I don't actually want to take anybody off at the moment because somebody will suddenly become very tired. And nobody is at the moment. Is this the winner? Oh, very nearly. Somebody's going to suddenly go down to red. I mean, they're all on about a 6.7, so there isn't anybody that I can actually think he's having a really bad game. I got to get rid of him. So I'm just waiting for someone to drop into the red. I'm surprised that Huggins hasn't gone into the red. He's having to do a lot of running. I'm tempted, of course, to say Cole Palmer. I think Cole Palmer is a great player. And just because he's out of form doesn't mean he's become any less of a... Have we scored? Good Lord. Just because he's got out of form, it doesn't mean he stopped being a great player. And I think he, for me, is their key player. If he plays well, Chelsea generally play well. And I think Chelsea are going to win it anyway, and win it comfortably. I'd take all forms of goal at the moment. It's like one goal again. And luckily Hull have only had 3 shots, so they're not really in the game anyway. Now, see, suddenly some people have dropped. So let's do last-minute substitutions. They're not too bad, actually, in all fairness. I can't actually take him off because I did change that, didn't I? But Connolly, nah, he's all. They're okay. We don't need to make a substitution. It's full time anyway. Whew. Well done. We finally got a win. But 1 goal again. Just 1 goal. Well, let's do it again, Spike. Let's do it again. What for? For getting a cross into the box. I don't think we'll bother, but he got an 8.2. Okay, so what are we looking like now? I suppose if you look on the bright side, 4 of them were draws. At least it's not a line of reds. But you've got, like this episode, in the last 6 games, we've scored 4 goals. I mean, it's getting better. We've scored a goal a game in this episode. Last episode was like, oh my God, we scored 1 goal in 3 games. Like, since here, we've scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals in 7 games. It's just like so bad, and we've not got more than 1. So any team that's capable of scoring more than 1 will beat us. Oh, we got Portsmouth again, have we? That was quick. What happened to that? We just played them. That was a 1-1 draw, was it? When is that game now? How many days? Portsmouth must be catching us up, actually. Are they 21st? Still down the bottom. I'm not bothering with that. Just going to set the lines. So technically, for this kind of play, I'm going to say the assistant should take the credit for that, Spike, because he went into the low block, didn't he? So the assistant has to get some credit for that, but he wanted to go attacking in a low block, and like that's insanity. No, we're not messing about with the team like that. These 2 have to stay. Connolly can stay up front. Joe Bellingham scored the goal. Roberts, Bonete, Isadore, though, was the man. So he can come and do his business on that side. Sirkin can start because the wing-backs must be getting tired. And Huggins can start on the other side. Is he tired? Yeah, a little bit. Dan Neil fit yet? 3 days. And the rest of them can be as they were. Except I don't have a striker on the bench now. He's injured, isn't he? So can't use him. That's why I'm short of a full-back. So let's try this boy. For who's going to make way? Who's going to make way? Abdullah Ba. I'd either go winger on cut in with the ball. Yeah, they are. And the one of the wing backs is on cut in with the ball as well. In fact, both of them are on cut inside with the ball. Even the winger should be cut inside with the ball. So he should be. When he was playing winger, his instructions were cut inside with the ball. Don't know why it's not there. But now I've just decided to just play him as an inside forward. Just both of them should be coming inside. I'm going to keep that as an advanced playmaker. I'm going to take some credit here as well. Got better when we did that. But there's no credit to be taken. We've got 1 win in 6. There's no credit to be taken anywhere. Not me or the assistant manager. So what do you want to do then, Spike? Do you want to make this guy a winger? So I've got an underlap on this side. So this wing back should be cut inside with the ball. That was with a winger. Now I'm not quite sure it's going to work anymore. He's cut inside with the ball. He's cut inside with the ball. They're all coming into the middle. That's why I had a winger. One side had a winger, because everybody's coming into the middle. You weren't going to get right out of shape again here. If I put him on roam from position, you want a winger now. Which one do you want a winger? Because we're going to get totally out of shape. I need to take Sirkin off cut inside with the ball. We're getting totally out of shape here now, because they're just going to bump into each other in here. And we've got to have some width, so he can just go up out on the outside. He can come inside. Which one do you want? So you want him roam from position. That means he could go anywhere. Okay. If you think it will help. I've just lost interest. I really have no interest in this. Everything that I've done has not helped. And I gave up. And that's probably why I'll never be a football manager. I mean, the assistant is trying everything. He's like, first of all, he's shoot on sight. Then he's worked the ball at the box. Now he wants to try hit early crosses. He's trying everything he can. But we have not won a header in the penalty area. I don't know why he wants to try that. I've no idea. He's got his own reasons. If you insist, I'm not doing any of that. You can do all this. I did it once and we lost. Right, that's good enough. I mean, the other thing that we could do, which I've done with Villa, is make these central midfielders. It might be that Connolly's not playing very well and Bellingham's not playing very well because they're totally isolated. These boys are probably finding it easier to pass the balls out to the wing because there's probably too much distance to get the ball to these. And I bet you if we go to the pass map after this, have a look at some of the pass maps, we're going to find a great big void in the heat map here. And the other thing to do is just then to push these up into central midfield. That might be a way of solving the problem. I don't know. It worked with Villa for me in the latest match. But then I put a lot of effort into the research in that game. So we'll have a look at the heat map. We could just push them up because I do suspect, because that was happening with Villa, even though they were winning, Watkins was not involved in the game at all, and I'm guessing he couldn't get involved because he's too far away. Hit the post again. I mean, I did, before the DLP, I had a ball winner in there. But the chat was saying, no, you don't want a ball winner in there. Okay, so I had to change it because the chat were insisting we didn't want a ball winner in there. Now you want me to change it back to a ball winner. It's like, I can't win. You really got to quit YouTube. I cannot win. I just want to play by myself and have... just play one game at a time then, and no hassle, no pressure. It's just becoming silly, and there we go. Portsmouth, 1 shot, 1 on target, 1 goal. That's what it's doing to me at the moment. I mean, it's pretty much... we're either going to draw or lose this game now because we're not scoring more than 1. No, that's hit the post as well. So we're not going to win it, but we still could draw this game. I just don't believe what's going on. Yeah, I tried that one as well. Look, let's look at the various things that I've done here. You're the latest coming in. You got to have this. You got to have that. You got to have. So I've had a ball winner in there. I've had a halfback and I've had an anchor already. But that's because the chat keeps saying, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this. So which one do you want? So let's have a halfback then, because I'm sure that is going to improve everything. Absolutely sure. But suddenly we're going to become world beaters again. And all that was happening while we were winning. So it didn't really matter then when people were changing. You got to do this, you got to do that, you got to change this, you got to change that. And that was happening when we were winning. So it didn't really matter then. It kind of matters now. Although it doesn't matter. Because we're not going to score again. And I mean, I can try the lines in different places again. I can push up. Maybe stop playing in a mid-block. But I'm running out of time and running out of things to experiment with now. Because we tried pushing up and immediately we pushed up, we conceded. And that was this episode. I think if you have a look at the heat map, not the players ones. We go and have a look at the heat map, and we go to the heat map, and we add then the pass combinations on top. Which way are we going? Going that way. Actually, he's not isolated, which is quite interesting. I thought he was going to be very isolated. Which way are we going? Oh, this is both, of course. You can see those two are not even in the game. They're not even in the game, those two. And that's what I was seeing at Aston Villa. So I pushed these two midfielders up. I haven't done the analysis yet. I'll do that tomorrow morning. But I'm willing to bet they are much more involved in the game. So I think, well, that's what I'll try. This is the last throw of the dice. We're going to push these up into midfield. And so, I mean, the roles that they can play are limited. I don't have a midfield, basically. We can have a centre mid. Everybody can play centre mid. So if we have a centre mid on support, and the reason why I'm putting him on support is I don't want him going too far up here and leaving the other one isolated. We could have a ball winner, but the ball winner is just going to then end up chasing the ball around. So I don't like that one. We've done a centre mid. The options are limited. The DLP on defend actually suits that position. And so these now are going to be further up. The only problem that I've got now is that I created a bigger space between the lines. So if I press up now, I'm going to have to push the line up higher and step up more. I have to. Because I'm creating space between the lines. Hoping that he will fill in and do. The ball winner probably will just chase the ball into the lines, but he might get there too late. The centre mid, we could put a box to box in there. Might be a useful, because then he's coming back, going forward, coming back. That might be a useful role. I don't know. This worked for Villa, only in a limited way, but it did get me the result. So I don't know. They're all anxious. I don't know why. One of them's furious. What's he furious about? He's having a shocker of a game anyway. In fact, they're all having a shocker. I'm going to tell him as well, buck up your ideas. What are you furious about? So we'll see if that works. After that, I don't know. After that, I think a holiday. I mean, it's... Oh, God. One of my wing backs is injured. That's not a good thing. And it's a big injury, isn't it? Like, if I wasn't doing YouTube, I wouldn't care. You'd just work your way through the season. You'd shout and complain and call the computer game names, and like I always used to. It doesn't really matter. You're on your own. It doesn't really matter. But when this is happening to you in public, then it's a different matter then. And is that us or them? That might be an inspired move then, moving them up into central midfield. Maybe the deep-lying midfielders don't work anymore. Oh, Roberts has decided to turn up as well, has he? Finally. But it's not over yet. We still haven't scored more than one goal, though. It's still only a draw. But at least it's a draw. It's not a defeat. It's another yellow one. Isidore now is playing like a plonker. So it's not my fault about the left-hand side. It's not my fault, Spike. Let's bring Bernadette on. He's playing like an absolute plonker. You want him to cut inside? Yeah, he's already on cut inside. But you want to put him on a winger with cut inside, don't you? Already done. So he's a relic from where we used to do it before. Try the striker as a deep lying forward. Well, I want to see what happens as a result of pushing the midfield up. I'm absolutely convinced that the ball is going out wide, either to the fullback or to the winger, because these guys were too far away. It was much easier for them just to play a simple pass out here. And then these guys were becoming totally isolated, because then the wingers usually lose the ball at some point down here or cross it, and there's no end product. So generally they're not really involved much in the game. That's why I wanted him as a playmaker, so that they would look for him a little bit more. And it doesn't really matter how many playmakers you've had. I believe somebody's tested that. Traditionally people only had one, but I believe somebody's tested it. It doesn't matter how many you've got. A little bit short of players at the moment. Yeah, Saul, it's very strange. Which is probably why your assistant manager, if you leave it to the assistant manager, he's like got tackle harder on almost all the players. Sometimes the assistant manager's quite smart. Yeah, I got a goal, James, but it's the only one. But it might be because I've pushed these up into central midfield now. It might be. Might not be, but maybe that's stopped working, having them as defensive mids. Maybe that's stopped working. And that is happening across all my saves, and they've all got defensive mids here because they're all playing a 4-2-3-1 at the moment, and maybe that's just stopped working. Who knows? It's hard to know who can come off. I don't really want to take anybody off though at the moment. because nobody's tired. We're not really playing that bad. Nobody's playing that bad, apart from Connolly again. But we must surely have some tired players out there now. I mean, we've absolutely spanked them again. And we've had all the possession. We've just totally outplayed them. Our XG is much higher. And we scored 1 goal again. It's like, what is going on? We're spanking everybody. Even in the Ipswich save, they are the dominant team. Score 1 goal and the opposition score more than them. I still don't want to take anybody off. There's nobody really tired. Ah, wait a minute. We got Samed is tired now. So he will be... I have to make all my subs now. Samed. So Chris Rigg can come on and do that job. And Patrick Roberts is knackered. Louis Barry can come on for him. And I think we might give Anuche, because Bellingham's on a yellow. And I'm due a red card at some point. Yep, let's hold on to another 1-1 draw. Another goal scored. Another game. Oh, wait a minute. Something's going to happen here. Are we going to score? I mean, it could be that my assistant is the one who gets all the credit because he said low block. I just didn't see playing in a low block against all those teams from the bottom of the league as being that important. But there you go. What do I know about football management? Oh, inspired substitution. I'm going to say my assistant takes all the credit here. Actually, no, I went into a high press this time, didn't I? I just don't get it. Well, we scored 2 goals. This is unheard of. I think the game has broken. Inspired substitution, though. Absolutely inspired substitution. I mean, I can understand that, Andre. The DLP. Oh, got another one. The game's having a brain fart. The DLP and the advanced playmaker are not exactly hurting each other in this game. They didn't hurt each other in the last game. So, I mean, I actually don't think that there's an issue. I've played an advanced playmaker and on the wing, and I've played a DLP. It just, like, I don't know why you would do that, but it does give the team 2 targets, 2 outlets. So I don't know. It certainly hasn't done us any harm against Portsmouth. No, James, it's this is not correct. I might have to replay this match because it's not correct. The game, there's something going wrong with the game. That's about as comprehensive as it gets. It's like 3-1. But for us, that's extremely comprehensive. I'm happy for once with the result. But it's still, I mean, we are still in touch, but we're not going to do anything. I still say it's save over. That run of results will cost us. Nobody survives that. So, what have we done today? Recap. Portsmouth 1-1. Defeat against Blackburn 3-1. We have won our last 2 games. And what is really encouraging is we just scored 3 goals. Because prior to that, we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games where we could not score more than 1. So that's quite encouraging. We went actually 8 games where we could not score more than 1. So that's quite encouraging. And what is quite encouraging for me is it's time for tea. Gonna go and have a cup of tea. And then I've got to go and do my walk, late night walk, because it's the weigh-in tomorrow. To see how much weight I've lost. Hopefully quite a bit this week, but I don't think so. So I have to go and have a good walk before bed tonight. So what I don't get, you usually get better home advantage. In this case, you have away advantage. Wasn't actually looking at that. I don't like having the stadium there. I need to have just home and away. Let's go back to fixtures. I still like... Why can't I just have home and away? There we go. But I haven't got the green dots now. So it's... I'll have to play with that. So I can change that. If I remove that. And then I go here and add a column. Insert. If I insert the home team, that's not going to help me, is it? I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. You used to be able... Let's customize this then. Okay. I don't want a away team with money. Home team TV. I can't put home or away in here anymore. I put home team. Will that help? Right, got head of see you around. Okay, James, I'm not quite sure. But I need to figure this out before I go on my walk. I'm gonna call it quits now. I'm not really quite sure what's going on here. But I will. Their venue is already there, so we're in the wrong side, aren't we? So I need to put. Oh no, we don't want venue. Oh God. Okay, I shall see you guys. I'm gonna spend hours now trying to figure this out. I'll see you guys in the next one. What day is it tomorrow? It's Tuesday, I believe, which will be... Oh, God. It will be Ipswich again tomorrow. I'm going to try with Ipswich moving these up to centre mid, just as we've done here. You never know what might happen. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for putting up with me. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care. Be safe. Have a great night.